Yes, my people, I don't come again to update our mindset. Like you all know, when I know say the natural disaster and the floodings when they go on for some African countries, I so much thank God say yes, our country now, we know they experience those kind of things. For the first say yes, our leaders, they squeeze water come off our body. We still thank God say yes, anything concerning natural disaster, they near our country. Why they make up this video is waiting they go on. The type of flooding when they go on for Libya, is a massive flooding. That is the highest flood in Africa when don't take place in any of African continent. This flood now, it don't take over more than 20,000 souls. Now this flood, not be the ones when they injured, not be the ones when they see they find no. Because why they make up this video, I remember vividly what happened when they concerning this Niger coup and Gabon coup. Me and you know say yes, Gabon is not among the ECOWAS countries, but as ECOWAS leaders, they still interfere. You know understand? So this one now, Libya is not among the ECOWAS countries, but are they pleased to ECOWAS leaders and any other supporting hands, they should come and show love and support to Libyans. Because why? Those people, they are really suffering. If you not see Libya, at least this Libya of a country, it don't help. It has contributed so much in most of us here in Europe. Because why? Majority of 80% of us here in Europe, now that same Libya, we follow come Europe here. And God, they bless us with they share our daily bread. So right now, it's also the right time to pray for Libyans, because those people, my brothers and sisters, they pass through hell. But right now, I go bring up this video so that those of us who never see them, Muna see the amount of people when don't die and the rate of people, when they see they find out people when don't still die. In fact, when I go no say yes, man, this country has really suffered a lot. How they deceive them out of ignorance to kill Gaddafi. And when Gaddafi was alive, Libya know they pass all these kind of things. The Libyan cities, they were earning money. They were earning every month from Gaddafi. But since when they kill Gaddafi now, everywhere don't turn upside down. To an extent that Libya know they see food eat. They know they see water drink. Even fuel, they know they see to feed their fuel, to feed their car. Abject poverty, they don't take over Libyans. So right now, I want to bring up this video. For those of us who never see the video, I go bring up the video now so that you go see and see what they go on for Libya. And I tell God name beg you, as you watch this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Share them so that those people never see them, then go see them. And they will also pray that God should intervene in Libya. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Samantha Simmons. We begin in Libya, where there are fears that the number of people who've died in the catastrophic floods there could reach as many as 20,000. A tsunami-like river of floodwaters swept through the port city of Derna on Sunday after 2 dams burst. Joe Inwood has this report.
Derna is a city overwhelmed. First by water, then by the scale of the humanitarian catastrophe the flooding has caused, and finally overwhelmed by grief at the loss of life. God give me patience. My heart is with you, this man cries as he sees the body of his young son. It's now becoming clearer that this was a natural disaster, but enabled by human actions. The Wadi Derna River had 2 dams, both failed. The upper one, 10 kilometres from the town, had a capacity of about 1.5 million cubic metres of water. When that burst, that water, with a weight of about 1.5 million tonnes, rushed to the sea, sweeping the second dam and about a quarter of the city with it.
We had warned the authorities since last week, no, for years, that the dam had cracks and needs to be maintained. We said it and nobody listened to us, and now the whole of Derna is flooded.
The blame will inevitably fall on the politicians and warlords who have tried and failed to run this country since the fall of the dictator Muammar Gaddafi. It is blame they will try and avoid.
It has been an enormous shock, and I don't want to point the blame at anyone or create controversy. Even if all measures had been taken, there would have been losses, massive losses.
While the overwhelming majority of victims will be Libyans, others were caught up in the disaster. 74 Egyptians, all from the same town, were swept out to sea. I've lost 4 members of my family, Hassan says. My son called his brother last Thursday for the last time, telling him that he will get clothes for the children. Oh, my dear son, he finishes. International aid is starting to arrive, but the same crumbling infrastructure that allowed this disaster to happen also prevents the help getting through.
When you walk on the ground of Derna, what you smell is the smell of corpses, and what you hear is the screams of women and children. And we don't have what it takes. We need more rescue teams. The situation is way worse than it seems in the media.
It is hard to comprehend the full scale of this tragedy. The force of nature and the failings of government saw entire families, entire communities, simply washed into the sea. Joe Inwood, BBC News.
Well, live now to our Middle East correspondent Lena Sinjab, who's following all the developments. Lena, welcome to you. What aid is getting through to those who so desperately need it?
Well, basically, some of the governments that have sent aid, rescuers and medics have just started to arrive into the port of Derna, that is the most affected by the storm, Daniel. I mean, but the scale of the situation is massive, and we'll need more and more people arriving, more and more medics. There are 30,000 people that are now homeless, and they need shelter, they need food, they need clean water. But the priority for everyone on the ground now is to recover and retrieve bodies. There are reports of the sea, throwing bodies like constantly on the shores, and the numbers are likely to be higher and higher with the hours and days unfolding.
And we understand that the 2 opposing governments that run the country have agreed to work together. Tell us more about their efforts.
Well, this is if there is any glimpse of hope, is that, these 2 opposing governments have put their differences aside. This is a natural catastrophe. It's unprecedented that the country had witnessed, and they cannot do it while they're fighting. This is the time to join forces and provide help. And they will still need help from international community. We've seen reports of Egypt, UAE, Turkey stepping in and arriving with their medics, but also other countries in the West are also stepping in. This is a natural disaster, as we heard also in the report, joined by man-made one because of the weak structure of the dams. But the results of this and the price is going to be really high, and it's going to take weeks and probably months before rebuilding this area. But the priority now is counting the dead.
Yeah, counting the dead and also retrieving the dead. There's a huge danger and concern about diseases now spreading, isn't there?
Absolutely. Médecins Sans Frontières also joining today, because they also worry about diseases spreading because of the bodies covered under rubbles or in water. As we heard also from in the report that the smell that you can smell in the city is just all smell of dead bodies. So that's something that needs quick and swift action, and needs big number of forces who are experienced to find the bodies, probably also dogs to sniff the smell of bodies and find them and retrieve them and bury them duly.
OK, Lena Sinjab, thank you for bringing us up to date from Beirut.